Let's see 20 pictures. I'm just gonna say the numbers and then we're gonna go into detail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, this time, think of the words giant, ancient trees, ancient giant trees. The same way we see, and what we see, it's what we see are the tree stumps, and in different varieties. Just like when we go to a forest or the jungle, and we see the trees of our forests and the jungles today. So even like the shape around it, can you see it? Can you see the giant tree? Can you see the giant trees everywhere? It's just amazing. Now, what happens when there's a storm or a strong wind and the tree gets violently broken? Like it just gets killed like this. It's just how you find trees in forests and woods and in the jungle. So look at Patagonia, Chile, Greenland, which is very icy. But again, very good comparison between what we find in a typical forest and Greenland, the USA, America. Look at all that stuff. Do you see the deserts different now when you get these type of rocks and mountains in deserts? How about this tree stump and the shape? Or how about this? China, a Grand Canyon in China. Look at the way. Does this look like like lava from a volcanic eruption, or like something that nature just does randomly because of millions of years of history? Or does it look like more like what's left from a giant tree? Look at Russia. Like everything we have normally in nature, which happen like when trees get violently destroyed, and then we have something in the real world. Now, look at this. Even like the way that the tree stump, you see the tree stump, same type of like typology and format. Places built on top of huge rocks. The question is, what are these huge rocks? And when we're going to speak about petrified animals, I'm going to show you some photos which are going to totally obliterate what you ever thought about some of these big rocks. Again, it seems like these small trees that are around in the woods today and that grow on top of these, it seems like this is like this was the original huge giant tree. Look at this. I think this is in Mexico, if I'm mistaken. It's like a huge city here, close to this place. Look at the shape and how it goes in diagonal from the edges down towards the earth. Exactly as when you go to a forest and you see, and you just check the forest and you see, oh, that was like the what's left of a tree which was removed and the space is left. How about when it gets violently destroyed? Look at like the same, like diagonal going down. What if like it gets violently exterminated? Look at the roots. Your typical roots every day, and in a mountain, in the Grand Canyon. Look at the shape of the earth connecting with the base, and look at how the base is formed. Now, can you imagine tree stumps? How about many of the islands? So many islands which are like we call beautiful islands in the Pacific and other parts of the world. Are they the remnants of something that was there, huge, big, and then there was a flood of salt water? Look at this. Does it remind you of a tree stump that you see every day in a forest or a jungle? Sure does remind me of tree stumps. Hey, from the side and from the top. Fascinating, isn't it? When they say a picture is worth more than 1,000 words, you don't even have to speak much to understand. Is this the what's left of the space of the place where the tree was at? And because you can see here, everything is so green inside. Unfortunately, nothing is going to grow anymore. But look at this. This is not something your random nature does. There was something here. It's clearly there was something here. By the size and the shape of it, you can actually understand why. Look at this. Now it's like covered in vegetation, in our type of vegetation, carbon based. But does this look like something that nature would randomly do, just because? Or was this like a tree and now we have a mesa, just like the ones we see in the forest when they're cut? Greece. What can I say? Even like the way that the tree is here. Look at the way that it's here. And of course, we human beings, we find refuge and solid rock, right? As we say, for refuge. Italy. Famous mountains in Italy. The Alps. You know, if I only show you this side of the picture, you're gonna say boring. Just just your typical mountain. But when you see all this, when you see the whole thing, and to compare, for me at least, it sparks the question, especially when it comes to seeing things that if you just see them together, you can't escape the thought anymore. You have to either accept it because it's what it shows you in the real world, or you can actually deny it. But in that case, you just deny it because you're too scared. You're afraid. It causes cognitive dissonance, which is very uncomfortable, and you prefer to live without knowing, right? Or knowing, but without saying that you know. And I guess I could understand people at some point who are scared and afraid, but still, I mean, I would be so bored to just believe in the same CGI computer graphics and the story and the history written in the books by those who you know who they are. And next time we're going to show you more photos and pictures as we move along. But just keep in mind what we have in the world and what type of world we live in. It seems like we live on the ashes and the remnants of something that was huge and beautiful and amazing, and it was, well, I guess taken by someone, by force. See you next video.